respected Deputy Chief Minister of Tripura, Shri Jishnu Debbarma ji, my home India's founder, Shri Swami ji, prominent footballer Baichung Bhutia, eminent educationist Vivekananda ji, and today's celebrated, much deserving award winners, Captain Tipnis and Mrs.Angam Tipnis, and all the invited guests. It actually makes me feel terribly honored to be here to present the award. I won't even say anything more. To present, just hand over the award to somebody who's done such a service, in his own words, keeping up the creed of the soldier, both in uniform and passive. It's a very rare combination that post-retirement, as is always believed, instead of returning to his village and probably leading a very comfortable life, here's someone who has chosen to dedicate himself for building India in some of the most difficult areas of the country. Ukhrul is not an easy place to live in. Maybe situation is improving now, but as I understand the time at which he went to stay there, settle down, also seek the companionship of somebody who is very local, and together they made a difference to the place which otherwise needed a lot of attention. Itself is praiseworthy, coming from a family where all the siblings have dedicated themselves to the service of the nation. I think it runs in the blood of the family. So in this occasion I would only want to congratulate the entire family for the commitment with which this brother has been supported. That kind of a moral courage, that kind of a dedication doesn't come easily. It comes when you have the support of the entire family, and that's what we can see, which has lasted him all the while and are here rightly to see him being celebrated today. Very appreciative, big step for the family, and I again repeat congratulations to the entire Tipnis family. Captain Tipnis was also right in everything that one does. It's worth remembering that the partner makes a big difference. And in this context, Mrs.Angam Tipnis deserves a special mention for not only riveting herself in the place where she lives, but ensuring that together she and her companion have made a big difference in a very challenging area. And therefore, my appreciation to you too, specifically, ma'am, for having done this great service. And they both together stand as exemplars for many of us who even living in our own comfort zones, still talk about, rightly said, our rights rather than speak about our duties. And therefore today, in several ways, this particular program in awarding Captain Tipnis has only highlighted a lot of takeaways. Today we can go home with so many things. The strength of the family, support of the siblings, importantly the backbone that the partner is, wife or husband. Situation may be this way or that way. And rightly, at a time when you could sit back and keep crying that I have not been attended to by the country is not taken care of me, I have given so much of sacrifice for the country, what has the country done for me? None of that. He just threw himself to building India from wherever, not an easy place. So for us all to take away home a very important message. Yes, you need your rights, but the duty is what is celebratory. The duty is what makes you a hero. And today we have before us a hero and his companion. And in this, there is a saying in the South, if there is a lamp which can shed light, you keep it inside a pot. It is shedding light, but inside a pot, what can it shed light on? So the wasted energy, that light which is inside a pot, has to be brought out for everybody to see. The light is continuously doing its job. But that's exactly what My Home India, under the leadership of Sunil Devdar, has actually done. Quietly, without making much of a noise, throwing himself to risk. If Captain Tipnis was bringing light to an area which was terribly under stress, building quietly an India which needed that help, it was Devdar who today has brought that light back for all of us to see that such lights exist in different parts of the country, most importantly in trying parts of the country too. And for that step, My Home India needs all the praise and support. I understand in making the rest of us understand the importance, the significance, and also the sensitivities of the Northeast. My Home India has been doing a lot of work. They seem to have branches all over the country. I understand in Mumbai and Pune, Delhi and Bangalore, Lucknow and Varanasi, and also in Guwahati and Silchar. So it's not easy. It's not at all easy to be able to effectively run an organization which is spread across the country, but Sunilji is achieving it all, and that in a different sort of way was proven during the elections of Tripura. So we see his organizational capability, together with bringing people together for national causes, for the cause of the nation, and therefore people of this kind of talent, people of this kind of skill, people of this kind of networking capability will have to be praised. And I stand here as a Karyakarta of my party to say it's such a service that Sunilji is doing for the party and for the country. So my respects to him for this. One word on looking for reasons to say that India is one, whether it's northeast, whether it is south, whether it is north. We don't need to search at all. Devdarji, while talking, did mention about how Arjuna was married to people from Manipur, one belonging to the Naga tribe and the other one from Manipur itself, and therefore established that age-old connection. But the mentor of Arjuna, Krishna himself, took his wife from Arunachal Pradesh. I'm sure many Maharashtrians who particularly have an attachment to Vidarbha might contest it, but I'm sorry, Rukmini was an Idu Mishmi from Arunachal. And the entire clan of Idu Mishmis live today, having challenged Sri Krishna in the Dibang Valley. So, every reason for all of us to say, if for Matruhatya, you had Lord Parshurama go all the way up to that important junction in the one corner of, or the place where Brahmaputra takes a turn towards Assam, and call it the Brahmakund or now the Parshuram Kund. People go there to absolve themselves of all the sins. I would invite all of you also to go a bit further up to see where the Dibang Valley Idu Mishmis live. I keep referring to that very, very often because Idu Mishmis really are very proud people. Even today, much before they start plowing their land, they worship somebody who has very close resemblance to Mahalakshmi. She holds a pot full of nectar, has a sheet of rice freshly harvested in her hand with full of grains on it, She's called Nani Lipaya, and the Udunishmis hold her very close. She's associated with Bhudevi. They may not use these expressions, but if you go to Malinikan, you certainly see the place, which is a beautiful garden, which is believed to be where Malini or Parvati lived, along with Shivji, and that's where Krishna and Rukmini went to get themselves married. So there's so much for Northeast, so much from Northeast that all of us can associate ourselves. I'm sure if we make that little effort to go and connect, it's just waiting to be receiving us with all the warmth that we always show. So we don't need to search for reasons, we just have to go and see the warmth which that place can give. It's truly land of the rising sun, not just Arunachal Pradesh, entire Northeast. So I can, of course, I can probably speak more on each one of the 8 states. I just adore going there, any part of Northeast. And I'm very happy to say that indeed it was Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi who in 2014 insisted that in a month at least 4 ministers from the Union Cabinet go, not for picnic, see for yourself all the pending work which has been waiting for the last 50, 60 years belonging to your respective ministries. Make sure you complete them. And since then it's not 4 ministers, sometimes it's 8 in a month. We keep going to ensure the projects which belong to our respective ministries are completed at least within this term of this term. And therefore today you find, I'm not trying to talk politics at a time when we are wishing great service which is being done, you find people really standing up and saying, we're able to see visible development now, whether it's your roads, whether it's your hospital, whether it's your school, whether it's free movement of people from there, and lot more. So I won't take more of your time. Once again, I congratulate the extraordinary service that Captain Tipnis and his Srimati Angam have done for the region and stood out for all of us to learn a lesson from them, their family, and also to Swami Ambedkar for having brought them out from wherever they are for all of us to see and derive strength. Northeast is a difficult area. Connectivity is a difficult area. They didn't sit there saying, what is the government given me? They've done what they have done to tell us it's possible. I think it's for all of us to learn that lesson to protect Ma Bharati. Jai Hind.